night's running. I got a new distributor in, and every once in a while it's still wanted to misfire, and I know this one's good. And I found the ignition switch that's still original on there is kind of faulty, and you got to wiggle it just in the right spot, and it took care of it. And then I was thinking maybe kind of a fuel pressure system leak too or something. I had to get one of these fuel filters. That's what that is there. And this is another one. I doubled it because it's old and there might be stuff in the tank. And I have an electric fuel pump. And look at here. Here's another problem. All the holes in the block of Swiss cheese are lining up, and why it's been fighting me so bad. You see that? There's no fuel in there. Brian, I had it running yesterday. And then I shut it off with the electric fuel pump, and the electric fuel pump, it should keep the line full. There's a valve in there that keeps the fuel from going back into the tank, so it's got pressure. Well, look at, there's no fuel, there's no pressure. So the fuel pump that was on here is bad also, electric clicker clacker one. I can tell this is a fuel-injected engine because that's where a mechanical fuel pump would go where them 2 bolts are at, but there's no hole for a shaft. And yeah, they got electric. So that's a fuel-injected engine, like I told you. But yeah, all the holes in the block of Swiss cheese are lining up. 1, that. 2, the distributor. 3, the fuel pump under there. 4, the ignition. All those holes are lining up, and that's what the hell is wrong. So I got to get a fuel pump yet, too, and then it'll be perfect. Peace, love, have a heart, have a heart. Pay attention, see what's going on. I hit that freaking switch. I'll show you. I'm going to turn on the fuel pump. You'll hear it clicky clacking. It's an original they put on when I bought it, and the motor, it was, Ford found on the road dead, but it's awesome. Now listen to clicky clacky. Hear it? It's under there somewhere in the fuel rail. Now look at the pumper up of fuel. I checked the pressure. It was putting out 20 pounds, which for a carburetor and stuff, this fuel pump, you're only supposed to have a fuel pump that puts out 5 to 6 pounds. And I held my thumb over it, and then I put a gauge on it and went, ooh. Yeah, and the fuel-injected one has to hold more pressure. For the fuel rail, they have to hold between 50 and 80 pounds of pressure. But yeah, look at it fill up. You think it would have started right away? No. I'm going to shut it off now so I don't got fuel all the way up in the carburetor and lose gas all over. But there you go. I'll shorten this up and make it short too. But so the check valve in that fuel pump, the pump's pumping fine, but the check valve in it, and they're a sealed unit. They're only a little bigger than this, them clickety-clackety ones. I said there's a check valve. Once it's got fuel in it, it's can only flow one way, and it's supposed to stop the fuel from returning back to the tank in a siphoning effect, same as a computer-controlled fuel-injected engine at 70, 80 pounds. They have a return when it goes over, but yeah, it's not supposed to drain the gas out when you shut it off. And look, that's already dropping, see? It's siphoning back into the fuel tank. So, yeah, the fuel pump itself is toasty, gone. All the holes in the Swiss cheese. That leaking fuel filter that decided to start splitting was letting fuel out on a manifold. I still got either a major split manifold exhaust leak or I got a wrist pin clatter. I haven't, because there's the new distributor. Everything I got that time, everything's working fine. But it still had a misfire once in a while when you get out. Well, yeah, if you're not getting full fuel pressure right away, once it gets pumped up and full and gets all the air out, runs perfect. Well, the fuel is running out. You can just see it dropping down. That's a big no-no. That means that fuel pump check valve, even though it's a clicker clacker, only supposed to be 5 pounds, but this thing is about 20, like a bunch of idiots. This thing was Frankenstein, okay? It had a different junk carburetor, had computer wiring, all that stuff right there goes to a computer box that's hooked up to 2 wires I cut out because it wasn't even computer-controlled carburetor. That's a GM HEI distributor instead of original Ford. They had a 78 Ford. This has to be a 87 to 89 block because you can't put a fuel pump on it because it's got the bolts but it's all cast over. There's no hole knocked out for the lever that makes it run the old style way. Yeah. But yeah, there you go. I'm going to make this and shorten it up, make it short, but pay attention. You leave something set for a while. I said all the holes. The Swiss cheese theory. You got a block of Swiss cheese, and every hole is a kind of a failure. And when those holes start to line up and go straight through the whole block, then you have major failure and you have to find it. Because they always weave around a little bit. Well, that fuel filter there is good. I got that. The new carburetor now. The new distributor. New fuel filter. New fuel lines. But the fuel pump now, it's not bleeding down much, but it's bleeding down. So the fuel pump's bad too. And the ignition switch is faulty. You have to get it just in the right place, which is funny. The fuel pump will still run, but it'll run, but it doesn't have enough electricity going through the contact points because they're not lined up perfectly to fire the ignition system correctly. It's losing voltage. But yeah, there you go. Holes in the Swiss cheese block are lined up just a little off center, and I had to find my way through every little freaking maze of the holes. Well, I got it now because I paid attention. Open the hood, look. It was clear full yesterday. It's bleeding down now. Sometimes apparently it might seal and sometimes it don't. So yeah, another clicker clacker one, a good one, probably $50. It ain't like the ones in your fuel tank. Yeah, there you go. Just follow along, follow the trail, look through the holes in the Swiss cheese and make them all line up. And that's your problem. That one hole at a time. And then when we get all this fixed, that's going to plug all the holes and it's going to be perfect. So now I got to stop and pick up a fuel pump tomorrow. They'll have one in town. It's just a universal. Yeah, cool. I love you. Peace. Love. Have a heart. Have a heart. Don't let stuff get you down. First beer of the day when I opened the hood and went, aha, I got to show you all this. Okay, y'all take care. I love you. Thanks for watching. I got some new subscribers and stuff too. Thank you so much. And I'm getting, 500 views basically on stuff now, which is, almost constant, which is awesome. Thank you, people. And the new subscribers, I didn't have a chance to see how many I got. I started with one and never thought I'd have more than one. Yeah, I'm up over 500, I think. Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to look. It doesn't matter. If one person watches this and learns and is having the same problem, here's how you go through and check things. If I can, YouTube keeps popping up this crap. Here, set up your ads for your channel, for your videos. Set up your ads. I'm like, no. F you, YouTube. I will never put ads on my videos. I will never get monetized. I just do this because if I can help one person or two or make somebody laugh or make somebody think I'm a freaking blithering idiot, it's fine. Just if they watch part of it and get a little enjoyment or even if they hate it. I do this because I want to, and I want people to understand how things work. I'm not going to teach anybody, but people love to learn. Humans hate to be taught, but they love to learn. So if somebody watches this stuff, they learn something, beauty. I said, I'm not here to teach you and tell you. I'm just showing you. I'm not a teacher, but I'll learn you something. If I know the answers, I'll learn you, but I'm never going to forcefully teach you. Like, you got to go to school and you got to learn this stuff. No, you want to watch it. You'll learn. Even if it doesn't make sense to most people that don't care about engines or anything. I try to explain simple things. Like, yeah, if there isn't any gas getting to your fuel injection, if it was fuel injected or something, it's not going to run right. Same thing. Same principle, simple terms. It has to have the fuel. It has to have air. It has to have spark and the correct timing to make your engine run. Yeah. I love you, man. I'll be back. You guys are all awesome. Thanks for hanging with me and watching and for your kind comments and even with me like grilling and chilling and stuff. You all are awesome. I said, I'll never stab you guys in the back and put ads on my channel for anything. Love you. Take care. God's bless. Ciao.